You could put your money in stocks, but stocks are ridiculously high valued right now. The amount of money you have to pay per dollar of earnings, per dollar of profit is just off the charts insane right now. And markets are what's called mean reverting, which means over time, the trend line may be up, but if it gets detached too far from that trend line, there will ultimately be a price correction. I think it's almost certain that there will be a price correction in the price of the stock market at some point. I don't know when that is, but I would certainly not be buying stocks or holding stocks right now at current valuations. The bond market has gotten absolutely clobbered. You know, anybody holding debt has just been killed in recent years, so that's a sucky place to put money. Real estate is also, ridiculously overvalued, in my opinion. Again, it's, house prices, commercial real estate, everything. It's hard to find anything that I would consider a good investment. Why will Bitcoin 10x? One, because you got to put your money somewhere. And Bitcoin is the best place to put your money while you wait to spend it later. It's the most scarce, the most durable, divisible, portable, fungible, authenticatable, verifiable, all of those things than anything else that exists in the world. And you got to put your money somewhere, and you're going to have to find something that has those properties, and Bitcoin has superior properties in those categories. Look at the price of gold. And the price of gold is going way up, primarily because central banks are buying it. As far as central banks buying gold is, why aren't they buying Bitcoin? The answer for that is they do not control Bitcoin. Central banks still feel like they have this sort of tenuous grasp on the monetary system if it's based on gold, and they have to put their reserves somewhere. Now, if central banks actually thought their own currency was a good store of value, then they would put their reserves in their own currency. They don't. They turn around and they buy gold with their reserves. If they thought the US dollar was a good store of value, they would put their reserves in US dollars. Increasingly, they are not doing that. They are turning around and buying gold. So the day will come when central banks realize, many of them already have, but nobody wants to go first, that the future of money is based on Bitcoin, not on gold. And when everybody realizes that, there will be effectively a financial arms race for everybody to try to get Bitcoin as quick as possible. And Bitcoin will ultimately supplant gold as the preferred neutral reserve currency that central banks and everyone else holds. It's already much more prevalent than gold for individuals. The number of individuals, corporations adopting Bitcoin is at a much, much, much higher rate than gold. The exception is central banks, which are effectively scared to to open the floodgates by switching from gold to Bitcoin. That day will come as soon as central banks start buying Bitcoin. You can kiss the fiat currencies goodbye.